From Lucerne to the Caribbean, this video compares senior world-class precision with raw youth talent in the women's 100-meter hurdles. Who impressed more? Let's analyze every detail.
Over to Lucerne. Maka Chinelem of the Netherlands goes in lane 1. Two-time national champion, ran her second fastest time ever in Turkey last month. Meeting record here in the women's 100-meter hurdles was Jasmine Camacho Quinn last year, 12:41. So Keskitalo of Finland goes in lane 2. Personal best in Helsinki 3 weeks ago, 12:81. Second Finnish athlete Lotta Herrada goes in lane 3. She made the final of the European Indoor Championships but wasn't able to finish, unfortunately. It was a season's best for her on Saturday, 12:74. Erica Hill of Jamaica goes in lane 4. Two-time world junior champion in 2022 and 2024. She was just 4th at the Jamaican National Championships, 12:69 her best set this year. Here is Ditaji Kambundji. She broke Susan Kalor's European record to win the European Indoor Championships and then picked up a silver just behind Devon Charlton at the World Indoor Championships. Significant season's best in Monaco the other day to come second behind Grace Stark. She's down to 12:66 so far in 2025. Charisma Taylor of the Bahamas goes in 6th. Glasgow World Indoor Championships, she came 6th in the long jump and the 60-meter hurdles, and she was pretty close to her outdoor personal best in Canada the other day. Renea Jones of the United States is a late addition. She takes lane 7, 3rd at NCA's last year. Best race so far in 2025, probably her 2nd in Bidgosh on the Continental Tour Gold. Annalise Torian of the USA takes lane 8. She was 4th in the NCAs recently, representing Auburn University. Busy NCA season, lots of races. Torian here to have another go against the pros. There is Ditaji Kambundji. It was a double win for the sisters here last year in Lucerne. Kambundji, I'm sure her heart rate is pretty high watching her younger sister Ditaji Kambundji settle into the blocks here in the women's 100-meter hurdles. B race was won by Rita Herska, 12:93. So that's the time target for these women. And they're away here to the race of the first hurdle, perhaps won by Hill of Jamaica. Hill, the youngster from Jamaica, trying to go with Ditaji Kambundji, but Kambundji at the moment just starting to control the race. The good, perhaps 7 and 8 hurdles for Kambundji, but then she came under pressure from Erica Hill. That was really exciting from the Jamaican youngster. Ditaji Kambundji, similar to Jason Joseph there, just dug in over the last couple of barriers and held on to the win. Personal best for Hill, a significant personal best. She's gone from 12:69 to 12:54, if that time stands there. And Ditaji Kambundji, 12:49, solidifies that season's best, or actually betters her season's best. It was just 12:66 the other day in Monaco. That's a brilliant time there. Hill was really strong through the second half of the race there. Just over that final hurdle really, that Kambundji reopened the gap ahead of Hill. Smiles all round for Pete of the women's hurdles. "8,000 spectators here in Lucerne. Going to be one of the highest numbers you see in a Continental Tour Silver. But there is the result of the women's 100-meter hurdles. Ditaji Kambundji, 12:49. Erica Hill, 12:54 for a new lifetime best. And a good 3rd for Renea Jones of the United States, 12:86. Got a pole vault going on here as well. Common feature here of the meeting in Lucerne. For Angelica Moser, one of the local stars here. Actually yet to enter the competition so far, Angelica Moser. sure. I think Ditaji Kambundji will be absolutely delighted with that win for Ditaji Kambundji. And perhaps she can relax now and enjoy watching the rest of the competition, maybe take an interest in the 100-meter races that are coming up next. We've got 2 men's 100s, 2 women's 100s. So we have a women's 4 hurdles, a men's 400, 2 women's 800s, a men's 15, and then a 200 for the men and women as well, all over the next couple of hours. Smiles and waves from Ditaji Kambundji. So great afternoon so far for the Swiss, with a win from Jason Josephs and from Ditaji Kambundji. Just to get interviewed by her sister. So that's a nice touch for Ditaji Kambundji.
14:51 clocking. Was in the final last year. Namia Caprice of Martinique. She's back there again.
Lots of fine French hurdlers come from the Caribbean, Martinique and Guadeloupe, and she's joined that line of succession.
Zaza France of Curacao goes in lane number 3. Has an outside shot of a medal. She'll feel. Keela Harewood of Barbados.
Look good in qualifying. Her country has produced a men's world champion, Ryan Brathwaite.
Fastest qualifier and the defending champion, Brianna Davidson of Jamaica.
Good starter. Raced last night in the 4x1s, and though that team disqualified, she has gotten a taste of what it's like to be out here.
Here's the athlete who is fastest in the field on personal best, 13.16, qualified at 13.80, Kamoy Binga of Jamaica.
Maybe just about the favorite, a fine hurdle at full speed.
Sophia Swindle, US Virgin Islands, goes in 7. And the Trinbagonian, Cuis Gomez, goes in lane number 8.
USVI got a medal in this event last year through Michelle Smith. Already she's run the 4 hurdles, comes back later at 2 laps, 800 meters.
You would make the Jamaicans favorites. Could be a mad rush for the bronze medal if the race plays out how we expect it to. But this is track and field, and there's a reason we run the races.
Harewood looked pretty good in qualifying, but the heat winners, Binga and Davidson, looked the best.
2:35, Zaza Franz of Curacao in lane number 3. If she can put a good race together, has a real shot at a medal. Final of the under-17 girls 100-meter hurdles. First track final on the final day of Carifta 50. Davidson in 5, Binga in 6. The 2 Jamaicans favored here. Record 13.11. Crystal Morrison, another Jamaican, 2018.
Not safe. Binga has run 13.16 this season, and that some weeks ago, if she's peaked, that record could be caught.
As you pointed out, was not at the Jamaican High School Championships, so she comes in here fresh as well.
Which is a big factor for the Jamaican team this year. High power, high tension, high stress championship last week, and some of the athletes showing the stress and the effect of it.
Davidson ran the opening leg on Jamaica's under-17 sprint relay team last night.
Looked lively.
She sure did. They crossed the line first, but were later disqualified. The athletes get the command to head to their marks. final of the under-17 girls 100-meter hurdles. Alfred, Caprice, France, Harewood, Davidson, Binger, Swindle, and Gomes. Off they go. Davidson, the defending champion, got up well. Binger starts to chase her. The two Jamaicans are already away from the rest. It's Davidson and Binger. Brianna Davidson defends her title brilliantly. Binger gets second and the bronze medal goes to France of Curacao from lane 3. But the Jamaicans start brilliantly on the final afternoon of Carifta 50. And Brianna Davidson, a champion last year, is the champion again.
That's so nice. They used to be high school teammates, now at different schools, but when you put on that black, green, and gold, you're one team. Davidson wins, being a second, and the defending champions on a roll these last few days, and Davidson joins the ranks of them who retain their titles.
13:31 for Davidson, 13:51 for Binger, and France of Curacao takes third at 14:26. Told you she had a real shot at that bronze medal, and here's another look at it.
Binger on the left of the two Jamaicans, Davidson hurdling right beside her. The mistake by Binger coming up now, and the flawless defending champion flows away from her.
The 2025 season in the women's 100-meter hurdles has revealed two powerful narratives unfolding at different levels of the sport. One on the senior international circuit in Europe, and the other on the rising youth stage of the Caribbean. From Lucerne to Port of Spain, the event showcased both established excellence and the next generation of sprint hurdle dominance. At the World Athletics Continental Tour Silver meeting in Lucerne, the spotlight belonged to Ditaji Kambundji. Entering the race in strong form after her 12.66 performance in Monaco, the Swiss star looked composed and technically sharp from the opening hurdle. Her rhythm between barriers was efficient, her trail leg compact, and her posture controlled under pressure. When it mattered most, she elevated her performance, storming to a season's best 12.49 seconds. It was not just a win, it was a statement. Kambundji demonstrated maturity, race management, and closing strength that underline her status as one of Europe's premier sprint hurdlers. But she was pushed hard. Carica Hill, the two-time World U20 champion from Jamaica, delivered one of the most impressive breakthroughs of the season. Hill attacked the race with fearless acceleration and exceptional speed between the hurdles, staying within striking distance of Kambundji through the final meters. Her 12.54 finish was a massive personal best, slicing significant time off her previous 12.69. More importantly, it confirmed her transition from junior star to serious senior contender. The gap between experience and youth is shrinking rapidly. While Lucerne highlighted elite-level precision, the Carifta Games 2025 in Port of Spain showcased raw Caribbean firepower in the under-17 division. There, Brianna Davidson defended her title with authority. Known for her explosive starts and disciplined execution, Davidson controlled the race from the gun. Even after the emotional setback of Jamaica's relay disqualification, she displayed composure beyond her years. Alongside her stood Kamoe Binger, statistically the fastest in the field entering the final. With a 13.16 season best, Binger brought aggressive speed and competitive intensity. Their duel symbolized Jamaica's remarkable production line of sprint hurdlers, athletes technically refined at increasingly younger ages. The contrast between Lucerne and Carifta is striking. In Switzerland, margins were measured in hundredths at near world-class times. In Trinidad and Tobago, the focus was on potential, athletes still developing strength, stride efficiency, and hurdle consistency. Yet the common thread was unmistakable: depth. From Kambundji's seasoned dominance to Hill's emergence, and from Davidson and Binger's youth rivalry to the broader Caribbean field, the women's 100-meter hurdles is entering a new era of global competitiveness. Europe offers technical mastery. Jamaica and the Caribbean provide explosive talent. Together, they are reshaping the event, not as isolated performances, but as interconnected chapters of the same accelerating story.